Hello everyone, welcome back to vlog 3, third time's a charm. I got the Google Docs in the description below with the templates and the notes that I took for the scripture tracker as well as the wellness tracker. I did update the scripture tracker, so it's just 2 pages with 26 weeks on each page, as well as the additional notes that have the 3 main parts, the chapter that we went over, the main ideas, as well as a key verse for each of the chapters, which went from my handwritten notes to digital notes. So let's jump into it. Technically, third video would be week 3, but we're starting on finished up the second week, going on to the third week. Genesis 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. It's a lot, but we'll cover it pretty quick. The first one within this week was about the flood subsiding. I'll just go through the key verses. Check out the notes that I post them routinely within that link in the description. So the key verse I thought was 21. I'll never again curse the ground, which shows that God's going to protect us from harm. Genesis 9 found the key verse to be my bow in the cloud. In other words, the rainbow is peace, no longer will destroy us with the flood. Genesis 10, verses 5, 20, and 31 had a common theme where there are various clans, languages, and lands through the descendants of Noah. In other words, there's a lot of diversity. Genesis 11, the Tower of Babel, Shem's descendants and Terah's descendants. A lot of generations discussed. I'd said the key verse is 7, let us go down and confuse their language. In other words, it's God's plan, not our plan. We shouldn't make a tower to heaven, foreshadowing the 10 Commandments. Genesis 12, the call of Abram and Sarai in Egypt. Key verse I found was 4, so Abram went as the Lord had told him. In other words, Abram was loyal and was also chosen by God. Genesis 13, I found key verse was 13. The land, I will give it to you. God went directly in contact with Abram and told him that he's being blessed, and Abram proved it, as Genesis 14 shows. He helped rescue his nephew, Lot, and he was also blessed by Melchizedek. May have mispronounced that, but I found the key verse to be 24. I will take nothing but what went with me. In other words, Abram's modest and he only wanted to take the things that he was originally given. There's a lot of other further details that I have and I'll post in the Google Doc for all of you to look at. Again, let me know if I missed something or if something stood out to you in the comments down below. Now, since we went over the scripture tracker, let's go over the wellness tracker. Similar to the scripture tracker, I'll keep it very simple, and I'll also have the notes that I have in the Google Doc for that. So for mental, the focus was to meditate, and I found meditating before bed really helped. Thinking about what I did throughout the day, as well as when I want to do the next day, especially in the morning, so that I have it planned out and ready for the next day. Physical, I did struggle a little bit, still 5 to 6 hours of sleep, but I focused more on the routine, kind of similar to the mental. I made more of a structured plan. That way I was actually in bed to get full 6 hours of sleep, closer to 7 hours of sleep. I'm still working on it. Spiritual, I did have more structure in my prayer, as well as reading. Note main ideas and key verses is a lot easier to follow than a bunch of miscellaneous things that happen throughout the scripture. Although it is good, it can be difficult to track. Environmental, I really focused on less clutter. The main idea of if I see something that's not in the place it could be, I put it back in the place it could be, and I say could. That way it's not as demanding and less obsessive when it's rather than should. Now for emotional, it gets bogged down when I have so many things and so many ambitions going on at the same time. So I limited the plans that I would make, as well as I did a little bit more thought before and while I did tasks. That way I'm understanding of really how long it will take. And kind of a tangent, but The Chosen references the phrase soon, and soon is very subjective. So I'm working on not necessarily saying soon, trying to make it a little bit more quantifiable. Occupational, celebrate the small wins. It can be overwhelming and seemingly like we're not getting anywhere, but celebrate the small wins. Financial, I chose affordable alternatives to eating out. So instead of spending 15 to 20 bucks a person, we settled and did something like T-Mobile Tuesdays, Little Caesars sale, going to IKEA to get some meatballs. And then social, I did a lot less gaming. And when I would watch YouTube, I'd watch it with the fam. Ava really likes watching Blippi. I believe I mentioned her in the first video. Ava is my 5-year-old daughter. Ezra really likes cows. Ezra's my son, 1-year-old son. And Haley and I love to watch food videos and exercise, as well as a little bit of politics. It's good to stay informed and also know what is out there. Now, in terms of organization and communicating effectively with all of you, I wanted to explain my structured plan. So when I do the scripture tracker as well as the wellness tracker, I write it down and then I put it in the Google Doc. When I have it in the Google Doc, sometimes I always get paranoid that it's magically going to disappear. So I download a PDF, put it into a hard drive, and then I'll print it out like this. That way I know I for sure have it. Then for all of you, I encourage talking it through with your friends, family, and maybe even strangers of what's on your mind and how you want to improve by yourself or how others can help you stay accountable. I will show a snippet of how to access those documents because it's a little bit difficult. When I try just having one line of the website, it squishes it and leaves 3 dots, so you can't just copy and paste it. That's why it's on 3 to 4 lines. But again, I'll show you a screen share now. This next video will be an exercise routine that starts with dynamic stretches, goes into squats, bench press, deadlift, bicep curls, 10 minutes of cardio, and static stretches. Check it out. Thank you all for watching vlog 3, Third Time's a Charm. Hopefully you can notice it's getting slightly better, more organized, more straightforward. Again, I encourage you to like, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and comment your thoughts, what you liked, what you didn't like, what you want to see more of in the comments down below. That way we can hold each other accountable and have fun with these videos. Look forward to making more content. Hope you're all doing great and continue to do great. Love you all and God bless.